the 2013 world champion, Rachanok Intanon, lost in the final last year to the Olympic champion Li Shuai, having beaten in the semi-final her opponent of today.
Asian Championship 2018. World rank number 5, Wang Sixian.
Wang Sixian, former world #1. Never beyond the semi-final in this particular tournament. And this is her 4th semi-final of the year. Well, when these two met in the semi-final last year, it was one of the most thrilling matches I've ever witnessed. An hour and 23 minutes it was. 3 super games. Single-Rachanok of Indonesia are umpire for this one. The service judge also from Indonesia, Budi Santoso. Oh. The T-shirts thrown to the fans before the players start their warm-up. So for Rachanok Intanon, looking for a 2nd consecutive final here at the Indonesia Premier Super Series. 20 years of age, #6 seed. Actually down 1 place in the world ranking this week. She had been 5, gone down to #6. And her win-loss record for the year, 6 previous tournaments, having reached 2 finals, winning one of them, the Asia Championships. Beaten finalist at the India Super Series. And the 20-year-old has been in stunning form so far here in Jakarta. First round opponent was Peiyu Po of Chinese Taipei. Her teammate Busanan Ongbangrangpan of Thailand, her victim in the 2nd round. And in the quarterfinal against the qualifier, how lovely to see Linda Weni Fanatri back to good form again, but quite simply last night she was given a masterclass by Rachanok Intanon, 38 minutes, and that scoreline utterly convincing. She really was brilliant yesterday. It was a joy to watch Rachanok play. So to her opponent and the #5 seed, former world #1, Wang Sixian, 25 years of age now, from Suzhou and the southeast province of Jiangsu. Down 1 place in the world ranking to #7. They've both gone down 1 place in the world ranking this week, but spent a total of 33 weeks as world #1 over 3 different spells. A win-loss record for the year, reached the final last week, so she's looking for a 2nd final in consecutive weeks at Super Series events. Wang Sixian lost the final last week in Sydney to Carolina Marin. Well, her first match here in Jakarta was against another Spanish player, Beatriz Corrales. 2 straight games there. Bei Yung-ju, the left-hander, again 2 straight games in the 2nd round. And the #2 seed, the 3-time former champion, Saina Nehwal. What a good match that was yesterday evening. 21-18 in the deciding game in an hour and 9 minutes. Well, the semi-final, as I was saying last year, between these 2 players was an absolute stunner, and it was the last time that they met. It doesn't actually say Indonesian Open of 2014, but it was last year's semi-final, exact same stage. Hour and 23 minutes of spellbinding badminton a year ago, and I have to say that semi-final a year ago really did take its toll on Rachanok Intanon for the final 12 months ago. So as I was saying, our court officials, Eddie Rufianto and Budi Santosa. Well, Steen, if we get a match half as good as we had last year, we're in for a treat. They'll know each other's games because, as we've just seen, this will be the 9th meeting between the two players. 8 previous. At Wang Sixian, as we saw, the overwhelming advantage. He won 6 of the previous 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Rachanok Intanon, Thailand. And on my left, Wang Sixian, China. Rachanok Intanon to serve, love all, play.
Oh, look at that. Well, started as she left off last night. Rachanok Intanon. I don't think I've ever watched such a delightful performance. Of course, if you're an Indonesian fan, you'll totally disagree with me. When Rachanok played last night against Linda Winifantry, but it was a masterclass, wasn't it?
The opposition today is going to be tougher.
1-all.
Sixian much faster on her feet than Linda Winifantry. Probably able to return an awful lot of these elegant shots from Rachanok Intanon.
Service over, 2-1. Service over, 2-all. Two.
Just wide.
Service over, 3-all. Service over, 4-3.
Well, it's a little bit of a tame start, Steen.
Yeah.
We've had such excitement so far today.
But, first of all, the audience are taking a little bit of a break, and the players, these two players, they know each other quite well.
Service over,
So
4-all.
sort of just getting a feel for the court and the opposition.
Oh, she took that high. I thought that was going out, don't you?
I thought so too, but well, a little bit of a bad position, so
Yeah.
maybe if we get it here. It would be close.
Yeah. I thought, yeah. Oh, good rally.
Service over, 5-all. 5.
That's well long.
7-5.
Tactically, what do you think? I mean, we talked, I know, before yesterday with Rachanok and her absolutely delightful stroke production and variation of shot, her balletic movement around the court. But is there something tactically that you think she's got a bit of a weakness?
Rachanok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's playing after any kind of specific tactics. I just think she's just playing and enjoying herself.
Yeah.
All other players, when playing against Wang Sixian, is putting enormous pressure on her deep forehand side. We're not going to see Rachanok do that. Rachanok is just going to play and enjoy herself, and that's probably going to cost her the game. She's, in my opinion, she's so superior in technical skills to all the other players on the circuit here, and that's a disadvantage to her in some in some manner, because it seems like she's having trouble playing the same shot twice, even if it's efficient. She'd rather opt for something else and win it in another way. So I think actually we saw that the head-to-head between these two players were 6-2 in favor of Wang Sixian, and I think it should be pretty much the same in favor of Rachanok Intanon in terms of badminton skills. But then we have to take the efficiency and the tactical skills into consideration, and that's where Wang Sixian comes in. And we talked about it yesterday as well. What to do against Rachanok? Well, one of the things is get a lot back at her.
Yeah.
Because then mistakes will creep into her game. And I mean, Wang Sixian is perhaps the fastest player on the Super Series circuit. Rachanok is fast, but I would still say that Wang Sixian is even faster. And this is it. That forces Rachanok to go for the lines.
Yeah, you're right. She somehow gets a little frustrated that what should be her winning shots and probably are her winning shots against every other player.
Now we have a challenge again here, and it's a little bit late today. I think yesterday she'd already used all her 2 challenges at this time of the match.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a wasted challenge. I didn't think that was in question.
No.
It was definitely wide.
And it's always a challenge to get a player like Rachanok that has such fantastic skills. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasted.
Yeah. That's bizarre, isn't it?
It's always, or very often at least, a challenge to get a player like that to be efficient, to play efficient, because that's not how she got these skills.
No.
She got them by exploring the possibilities. What kind of shots can I make? And in deep contrast to Wang Sixian.
Let's go wide.
Yeah.
That's a good clear. And again.
That's good. That's good play from Rachanok.
Overdone it. Well, it really was a desperation shot, I think, from Wang Sixian. What was that? 4 punch clears deep into her round the head corner.
It's promising for her chances of winning the match, because she needs to play a little bit more boring than she normally does. The tie girl here was just checking the head-to-head to see if there were any specific occasions that she'd won or lost matches, and the one statistics that I noticed was that all her 6 losses is in straight games, where I would expect that Rachanok, in order to beat Wang Sixian, she needs to be in absolutely top shape physically.
No, it's drifted wide, and that's the problem for Rachanok from this side of the court. If she's going to try and pump that round the head corner, it's going with the drift, the left to right drift as we look down, and that's just taken wide. So it is Wang Sixian who has a 1-point advantage here at the mid-game interval.
Interesting that we have Zhong Bo together with Chen Jin on court coaching Wang Sixian. Zhong Bo, of course, the head of the singles department, not only the women's singles but also the men's singles department in China.
11-10, play.
I read actually yesterday that both Wang Sixian and Chen Jin are from the Jiangsu province, and that there were some speculations in different kinds of politics after Chen Jin sort of took over from Zhang Ning. Well played, Wang Sixian.
That is fabulous, isn't it? What a rally.
And that is actually using your skills to your best advantage. I think we've sometimes seen this case also with Li Chengwei when he's been playing, that he's so much quicker on his feet than every other player. He's got excellent technical skills as well. He sometimes tends to play in an inefficient way, but my God, that has changed at the Sudirman Cup, where he was really, really efficient.
And sorry, you think that's the same as Wang Sixian?
No, I think it's what Rachanok Intanon needs to do. She needs to cut down on the...
yeah,
it's actually me who should be sorry, because probably a lot of viewers also missed that one. Cut down on all the possibilities and be a little bit more efficient like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how she feels, Rachanok, but I've experienced sometimes that the players that are really, really skillful, technical and movement-wise, they are sort of a little bit bitter playing against players who play a more efficient playing style and doesn't use all those kind of beautiful technical shots. I remember Peter Gade when he was playing Roslyn Hashim from Malaysia. He was sort of refusing to acknowledge that Roslyn actually had some badminton skills when it goes to winning badminton matches.
Yeah.
He didn't play the same style, but he was efficient.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no sort of artistic impression characters in badminton.
No, exactly.
Well played, well played.
Yeah, very, very good from Wang Sixian.
14-11.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter whether you look delightful, it's whether you win the rally. But having said that, I mean, it was a joy last night to watch Rachanok, wasn't it?
It was.
Took it to a new level. It wasn't just about winning points. It was artistic. It was glorious to watch.
And it's exactly the same with Wei Cheng Wei. I mean, it's an absolute delight watching him play.
Yeah.
But at one point, you might want to sort of exchange all this delight for championships and trophies.
Yeah.
Of course, we shouldn't be too harsh on Rachanok because she's already got one, and
yeah,
it's just so fun watching her play. But it's also frustrating sometimes.
Oh! Oh, I don't believe it! What a rally! How on earth did she get this back? Look at that!
Oh.
Brilliant!
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that is superb from Rachanok.
17-14.
And that corner there with Wang Sixian, that is the key when playing against her. Possibility is a little bit more limited from that corner than the others.
Play.
Overdone it.
So it's over. 15-17.
Slice in that smash.
14-15.
There.
Yeah. Changes the speed, changes the angle of the shot. Oh, she's back level.
15 all.
We saw that shot from Wang Sixian a couple of times last week in Sydney, and I like that she tries to sort of develop her game on the front court.
No, it's going wide.
16-15.
5 of the last 6 points going to this young lady. Oh, it's going wide of the centre line, I'm certain.
So it's over.
But for instance, in Sydney, we saw Carolina Marin putting a lot of pressure on Wang Sixian in the forehand side and using body smashes. And we've seen no body smash here from Rachanok Intanon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Often you would expect players to pick up on what's working for other players.
Yeah. Just wide.
She's still got a challenge left,
17,
Rachanok. That's a little bit unusual at this time of the match.
That's clearly wide, isn't it?
There was green to be seen between the shuttle and the line.
Overdone it, just wide. It's a nice idea though, trying to turn that defence.
Service over. 17 all. Yes. What the call?
It's one of the areas where perhaps she could become a little bit better. Rachanok Intanon killing from the front court. Often she doesn't need to because she's got such good attacking shots from
Play.
the rear court, but Wang Sixian is getting a lot back, and to be clinical on the front court would actually save a couple of points or two in every game. Oh, what a great shot.
Unbelievable.
From where we were sitting, we were just able to follow the steepness of that shot. Here it comes again.
Good block.
Yeah.
You have to question the smash though from Wang Sixian.
Yeah, totally out of balance.
Yeah,
17.
yeah, from the forehand side.
That one, and we can't see on these pictures how problematic it was.
I'm going to ask you quickly to explain, Steen, you were talking about Rachanok needs to be better at killing from the net. Is
Yeah,
that
more clinical.
Yeah, so more commitment coming forward, or is it because she's trying to play with quite often too big a swing of the racket?
Play.
Yeah, it could be both. But I think mostly it's that she's not used to having to kill it from there.
Good rally again. Oh, look at that net shot.
That's wide.
20. Game point. 17.
Well, played really well since the mid-game interval has Rachanok Intanon. 11-14 down. And here she is with 3 game point opportunities.
Service over. 18. 20.
Would have been a nice shot if it had gone over, and
Yeah.
well, I've sort of criticised her a bit. So Perhaps I should stop as she's leading 2018 and has been showing excellent control and touch here in the first game.
Yeah, but I appreciate absolutely what you've said, because I look at Rachanok and she is so talented. She's got so many shots. She's got such wonderful disguise, you know, that. But the fact is, she could improve more.
Yeah.
With some players.
She should be beating Wang Sixian easily every time.
Yeah.
As long as she's physically fit. And I'm still not sure that she's going to win this game.
Yeah. Me neither. 2 game points have come and gone. Just one more remains. This time she converts. 21-19, the opening game in favour of the former world champion, Rachanok Intanon. Body smash.
All the time in this game.
Yeah. So confirmation, 21-19 in 25 minutes.
See that Rachanok is also having some ice on her neck and her chin. Extremely hot here in Single-Rachanok. Air condition is on, but it's sort of fighting a lost battle.
Shook, her coach. Instructions complete.
Twenty seconds.
Well, we were noticing in the women's doubles the amount of strapping on the players' legs has been increasing day by day, hasn't it? And I think the same is true of Rachanok Intanon. Don't you think that strapping on her right knee is more than it was yesterday?
No, I think it's pretty much the same. But
yeah.
The tape that she just sort of peeled off was new.
Now, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
The efficiency there.
It's too loose.
Yeah. She could have actually probably put real pressure on and tried to kill it. And that's why I asked the question, is it the lack of commitment coming forward to really make the kill? Or is it that she's technically doing something wrong with her racket?
Yeah. Well, the one to look at, in my opinion, is Taufik Hidayat. He was a master of this, coming forward to the net, and of course exploiting the good chances, but he was eminent at sort of taking the 60-40 chances to a win 2 shots later. He played one great shot, very often with a little bit of deception to the opponent's left shoulder, and then he had an easy kill on the next shot.
It's over. 1-2.
Court attendant called on again.
Play.
Great shot from Intanon into the flat backhand of Wang Sixian. It's very often a short cross that comes from Sixian in that position.
Service over. 3-2.
I thought that was going wide. That certainly was.
Yeah.
They're both taking, I feel, I don't think they've got the real awareness of the sideways drift.
No, and perhaps not the baseline as well, because we have seen very, very few drops on the baseline.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the services, and both players serve high service. It's like they're competing on who can serve the highest. Also shows great confidence in their own defense.
Missed it.
4-3.
So a couple of times the high serve has been long, but otherwise they control the length really well.
Yeah, good call, line judge.
And both players played this court yesterday. Discussed it earlier in the week that there's different wind conditions on all four courts here in Single-Rachanok, but they should be accustomed to the conditions.
Yeah, well, maybe that's going to give Rachanok more of an idea, because I think you're right. I think she's been taking too many that have been going long.
Yeah.
I know it's only the early stages of this second game, but I are reckoning the shuttle's still flying faster, going towards that far side as we look down.
6-4.
And there's too many mistakes from Wang Sixian at the moment. Easy mistakes. Normally she doesn't make that many mistakes.
It's got to be an accumulation of tiredness, though, for Wang Sixian, having been in the final last week in Sydney. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of matches, isn't it? Plus the travel, plus the time difference, 3-hour time difference.
Exactly. She's the only survivor of the singles finalist from Australia. Chen Long lost yesterday, and Victor Axelsen, Carolina Marin only just played one match here, lost both in the first round. Could also be that Rachanok is being very, very fit, retrieving almost everything, and doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes herself. And that perhaps puts some pressure on Wang Sixian. Must try to play it too close to the lines.
Has a remarkable record, does Wang Sixian. 21 Super Series tournament finals. Rachanok, surprisingly, has only ever won one Super Series title.
Yeah, she played an awful lot of badminton after she won her World Championships, and I think that sort of ruined her physical shape.
Oh, an ace with a low serve, you don't often see that. Crikey. Yeah, almost seemed to chop underneath the shuttle. That was
Extremely well placed,
brilliant.
and that just shows some
Yeah.
of her touch and control.
It probably shows that Wang Sixian may well be moving before the service struck. Well, this is a run of 6 straight points. It was 4-all a moment ago. Chen Jin, nearest to us, looking a little bit concerned now.
I was talking to a couple of the other coaches on the circuit, and so people are noticing that China is not as dominant in the women's singles as they used to be.
So a 7-point advantage at the mid-game interval for Rachanok Intanon on a run of 7 straight points. No, I'm sure we discussed it probably 18 months, 2 years ago, and I remember saying it was probably during the World Championships in Guangzhou when we worked together, and I said it's a very exciting time for women's singles. We knew that Tai Su Ying from Taipei was an up-and-coming player, Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu, a whole number of young Japanese players. You know, I think also with obviously Carolina Marin, she's only 21 years of age at the moment, and I think that everybody has raised their level.
Yeah, I think so too, Jill, and that's why it's probably not Chen Jin's fault, as someone's suggesting. It's more that the competition has increased.
I do have my concerns, and I have no reason to think that there's any truth in it. But, you know, I remember Chen Jin as a player, and he was a very conservative player. He was very fit, and he did an awful lot of retrieving. But he wasn't very creative as a player. And I'm looking at players like Rachanok now on court, and I'm saying, well, yeah, there's a lot of other players. Tai Su Ying is another. Saina Nehwal is prepared to go for her shots. Carolina Marin is prepared to command the rallies. And I think the sort of retrieving style that Chen Jin had, I don't know whether it is an influence on some of the women's singles players now, but that may be an influence.
Yeah, I think you have a tendency to sort of coach your own style.
Yeah.
Very good rally here.
Yeah.
But I agree that Chen Jin was in many ways a retrieving player, but he also had some very good reading skills. He was able to read the opponent and sort of wear them down until he could exploit the weaknesses that eventually occurred when he sort of put some physical pressure on them.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to challenge that. That's a wasted challenge. An utterly wasted challenge. That was clearly wide, in my opinion.
I think we don't know because we don't have any records, but I think she has the worst record in challenges.
I think you might well be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen 4 challenges from her yesterday and today, and they've all been wrong.
Yeah. I think she's got a better record than our dear friend Jim Laugerson, though.
But I mean, you could also look at it another way and say, okay, I just want to confirm that, okay, he was right.
Yeah.
So no need for me to go in and feel that I've been
victimized by bad line calls or something. The line judges have been very, very good here in general, I think. Oh. Well, it is time for Wang Sixian to react and start closing this gap if she wants to get through this semi-final. Oh, look at that net exchange. Unbelievable.
Good lifts.
Great rally. Oh! Well, the indecision at the back of the court from Rachanok Intanon. I thought she was going to leave it. She decided to play it. Well, it was the net exchange earlier on in the rally that was so phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Hair problem.
hair problem there, yeah.
Play.
That's well long. Time is running out for Wang Sixian.
7.
But another example of this uncertainty on the front court from Intanon. I actually think that it would have perhaps gone long. But Sixian not returned it.
Unbelievable. What a rally. Oh! It's going to go long.
Service over. 8-15.
Well, I suspect that might well be the longest of the match so far.
Yeah, 31 shots.
Ready to play? Play.
Well, she's trying to hang in the match, Wang Sixian.
It's a good return of serve, isn't it?
Service over. 16-8.
Wang Sixian more reluctant to serve high, do you think, from this near side of the court? Or was that just a natural variation?
It could be because she had this long high service. That's it.
Yeah.
Service over. 60.
I think she has to try something. Wang Sixian must try to attack a little bit more, unless she feels that she's just on the brink of sort of outlasting Rachanok Intanon, and I don't think that's the case. Oh, it's fantastic. When she's in that kind of form, Rachanok, it's just beautiful watching her play badminton.
Yeah,
Service
I
over,
concur.
17-9.
Look at that delightful shot. And it's such a crisp final smash, wasn't it? Sound was good.
See, oh, it was Chen Jin there in the corner. Still very much concerned.
Right.
Yeah, that one should have put it away. Good rally again. Oh my goodness. Missed it.
Yeah.
Service over, 10-17.
Yeah.
Over, 18.
Well, it wasn't deep enough from Wang Sixian, but what a delightful little drop shot there from Rachanok.
I think you're right in your comment, Jill, that perhaps this 2 weeks tournament play has taken its toll on Wang Sixian.
Yeah.
A tough match yesterday against Sana Naval as well. Whereas we know that
Service over,
Rachanok had
11.
quite a bit easier against Linda Winifenitri.
Two points away from a second consecutive final here
11.
at the Indonesia Premier Super Series for Rachanok Intanon.
That should give her a lot of self-confidence ahead of the World Championships,
Yeah.
as to sort of retaking her title 2013.
Service over, 12-19.
Well, this has just become Rachanok's longest match of the tournament so far.
I'm probably going to watch the second semi-final carefully. Intanon, I seem to recall that she has not got that good a record against Wang Yihan, who's one of the players.
Speed of this rally. It's unbelievable. Speed of shot and speed of movement.
31 shots again.
Yeah, equals the longest rally.
Thank you. Ready to play?
Didn't work, that deception, because Wang Sixian was on her way to retrieve it had it come over.
Play.
What a great comeback this would be
Yeah.
if she were to make it.
Oh, that is perfection. It lands on the line. Well, I thought Wang Sixian was going to have a challenge there. I don't see why she shouldn't challenge, because without challenging it's match point opportunities to her opponents. She must have known it was clearly in.
Well, she's played brilliant this match. Rachanok Intanon.
Yeah.
Excellent movement, excellent technical skills.
And a second consecutive final here at the Indonesian Open. Beaten finalist a year ago, Rachanok Intanon will have a chance tomorrow to go one better than last year. 21-19, 21-13. And that was once again a superb performance. 50 minutes of sheer delight from Rachanok Intanon, and even the speed of Wang Sixian couldn't match the skills. I thought that yesterday it was a masterclass from Rachanok Intanon, but she really did carry that form through to today's semi-final as well. So 21-19, 21-13. For a second time in 2 years, Rachanok Intanon will contest the Indonesia Open final.